What up, it's your boy Stefan with the Master of Me podcast. Master of Me? Hey, my man. What do you mean master? How do you become master of anything? You tell me. You focus all of your energy on one thing. One thing, man. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with a friend, longtime friend.
Yep.
Referral partner. Man, just it feels cool to have cool people around you. And I'm sitting here with Ashley Fernandez, and that's exactly what I get when I'm with her. Like, real, authentic. I think that's the, when we first met, that was it. Like, the connection of like, all right, are you BSing? Are you selling me? Or are you being real? And someone you can call when you feel sick, someone when you're not having a good day. Like, it is, it's nice to have friends. I will say that from my heart. So Ashley Fernandez sitting here on the podcast, as promised, to only show up when there's value to bring. So please enjoy. Ashley?
You called me cool.
I did. You are pretty cool. You are pretty
thanks.
cool.
My kids don't call me cool, so I don't feel cool.
You know, that's it's so, man, such a deep topic of like really trying to feel like you're doing the right thing as a parent.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, there's like these little whisper moments that you know you're on the right track when you see their development or their growth. And
exactly.
It's like you may or may not, maybe you do have the one kid or something like that really knows how to show love a certain way. But then again, like, you may never really get roses while you're here on the work that you're doing behind the scenes, right? Like, we only have this facade of social media and the presentation, and like, we just did family pictures Sunday. Like, it felt authentic and beautiful. Like, it was cool to be there and like watch my daughters. But at the same time, when those get posted, right, like, your instant is going to be like, oh, like, whatever it is that your mind creates of that story. But at the same time, it's the dirty work at home where, like, when those little cute girls are little shits too, and they push the buttons, they know how to do it, and it's tough. So when you get those moments when you feel like you're doing the right thing and you're doing a good job, that sometimes come very slim. Well, I see from what I see and hear, like, you're getting after it. We were just talking about 9 years of marriage and really pushing through. Like they say, marriages don't last like more than 5 years, like, you'll know. So to even be past that hump and to get the kids going and growing, like, it's not easy, right? Like, it's definitely not easy. You go through chapters and stages. So watching you grow, like, I'm excited to have you here because I've been able to be a part of it. I've seen it. Like,
you watched me grow from 1 kid to 3 kids.
Exactly it.
Yeah.
Exactly it.
And grow a business at the same time.
100%.
And watch my husband grow a business at the same time.
100%.
And it's insane.
And it feels good to, like, when people ask for a plumber, people ask for, like, I have people in my pocket who I care about and trust. So if I'm going to refer anybody, it goes that way. And obviously, like, just wish that it was raining, like, more stuff. But when it does, like, I think it's important to, like, you have that connection with the person that is there to do that. Yeah. That's cool. That is cool. So tell me about your real estate journey. As we're talking about stages of life and things like that, like, how was that? Did you, like, get licensed in a wham bam, got it done? No, tell me about that.
So I went to school in November of 2019. So obviously, when you think of 2019, you're like, oh, that wasn't so long ago. But 2019 was right before the pivotal pandemic.
Right.
So November 2019, I do my 90 hours. And then Christmas came. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to go do my testing. Like, it's Christmas time, whatever. That was probably the worst mistake I ever made, because then by February, the testing locations started to slim down. And then by March, the world was shut down. So I went, oh, crap, I need to get my license. Like, you have to go take your test, and you have to apply for your license. You have to do all this stuff. So I did not take a test for my license until June of 2020. And I had to wear a mask, and there was only 2 people. And I had to drive up to Phoenix super early in the morning. So I had to redo. I probably could have taken my test and been okay, but I had to rewatch everything on YouTube. Luckily, Hogan School of Real Estate, like, records everything on YouTube, so I just rewatched it and went through all of my books and then went and took my test. But driving 2 hours and, like, panicking and then, like, taking your test and then, like, But yeah, so it was pretty crazy. So I should have waited. That was the biggest thing. But I also didn't think the world was going to shut down. We didn't expect any of that.
What
so.
if you waited and then the world shut down and then you never did it because of that? So like that's a weird
I
perspective.
considered that.
Yeah.
I
like,
considered that.
things
I was home.
change
Yeah.
100%. Like
I don't
know.
talk about it a ton, but my firstborn, he has a rare genetic disease. We've talked about it a little bit, but I'm not as super open as I used to be.
Right.
And so it was kind of like I should just stay home.
Right.
He got super sick during the pandemic. He was in the hospital a lot. And I was like, why do I need to do this? But at the time I just took my test and I did it. I hung my license somewhere and I was like, I'll just figure it out when I figured it out. You know, and at the time I was like, how do I handle real estate with one kid? And now I handle it with ease with 3 kids. It's not ease, but you just do the damn thing.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. But at the time, I'm glad I did it. I pushed myself. I just got my license, and then I slowly eased into it. Obviously, most agents had their best years in 2020, 2021. Everybody had this, like, everybody and their mom was buying because rates were super low. That's not what my experience was.
Right.
I didn't really hit the ground running until 2023.
Right.
So
that's exciting too, especially like knowing that everything happens for a reason and not to compare yourself to other people, right? Like it's easy to get caught in the like in that facade of like everybody's thriving around me.
Yeah.
They're getting it and I'm not there yet. And I experienced the same thing. Like there's people that were like semi close to when we got in the business and they just like from when they took off to when I did are different. And there's like this like resentment a little bit like that was the time, right? And now it's harder for me.
Yeah.
And like I had to really work on my mindset on keeping it healthy of like I'm going to get mine and not to compare to other people. And because a lot of people in this like the industry that we're in or in sales in general like have their chest out and the way that they talk about themselves and like it also it's like a form of social media but in person. Like it's this like they don't tell you about the hard times. They tell you about everything that's great going on in their life. And that's tough. So the fact that you've experienced that and you get to use it for you now of like knowing that your time is still here now and ahead of you, like you get to keep hungry and getting after it. I think that's important.
Well, yeah. And I had my best year yet last year, and most agents experienced their worst years. And obviously, I'm not saying that as like, oh, holy crap, but it's like you have to continue to put in the work. Just because it fell in your lap in 2020, 2021, even 2022, it was kind of, you know, the market was so crazy. Like, you have to work really hard. And that's the other thing is, like, when I got my real estate license, I thought it was like selling sunset. I'm sure every agent says the same thing. We all think it's like selling sunset. Oh, it's going to be so easy. It's going to fall right in my lap. No, you have to work really hard.
100%.
And along with that, you have to set boundaries. And that's something I created this year was like setting boundaries in my business too. And my business thrived more by setting boundaries with my clients.
Isn't that crazy? That like the thing you think is going to scare people off or like they're going to go somewhere else, like you feel scarce about, like if you just hold the ground, like you can actually get more respect that way.
Yeah.
That's intense. That's a hard lesson to learn too. Like you might have to even lose some in the process too.
Yeah.
And that could happen
But that's
too.
normal. Like the fallout's always normal and not everybody's going to click with you. And that's the other thing I had to learn too is like I have a certain personality and that doesn't mean somebody else's personality is going to mix with me. But the fact that I can acknowledge that now and go, you know what, hey, let's find an agent that's going to work better for you because you deserve that. Not that I deserve it.
Right.
You deserve that. You deserve that experience, you know, whatever. I've referred you multiple clients that they've called lenders and they're like, oh. And I'm like, Stefan's got this. Don't you worry. So, I mean, it depends. And I've gotten referrals from agents because they're like, I can't do this.
Right.
It just depends.
Right. No, that's all valuable stuff there, especially like being okay with letting go.
Yeah.
And like that's a hard lesson, deep lesson. Like there's money attached to it, but then at the same time, like your family, like what's at stake? What would be okay? The benefit is helping the client, right?
Yeah.
But what's the price you pay for that type of client? That
sanity.
100%.
Your time.
100%.
Time is valuable.
And I think the reason why you even learn to set boundaries is because there's been enough horror stories of like times you didn't set boundaries and you paid the price for it then.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, like, gosh, it hits me so deep when you're doing a text message or an email or something like that, and the kid wants to show you a piece of art, or a kid wants
Yeah.
to show you something, and like you're like, hold on, let me just finish this and then I'm yours. But like in that moment, they're presenting, and you're saying that this person
It's more important.
is more important.
Yeah.
Like that's deep.
I've had to set the boundaries up front now, by with my buyer presentations or my listing presentations. It used to be like I need to respond right now.
Hmm.
What emergency happens in real estate that you need to respond ASAP?
Right.
Like most contractual deadlines are 3 to 5 days.
Right.
Like, and I'm not saying like, oh, I'm gonna wait the 5 days. I can put that until after dinner when my kids are in bed, or I can get to that first thing the next morning, depending on when that comes in. If my kid's going to respond to me, like I'm having to teach myself to put my phone down because I don't want to.
Right.
But my kids started saying in the car, "Mom, you love your phone more than me." And I was
Oh.
like, "Oh, crap."
That's deep.
That hit me
Yeah.
hard right there. I knew. So in September, my team does this summit every year.
Mhm.
I don't know if Chase talked about it at all, but it's
Mm-mm.
like super pivotal for
Yeah.
the team, for our experiences. And they bring in these really top producing agents. And they don't just bring in these agents to just talk about how great they are. They talk about what they had to do to get there and how they've set boundaries, what they do, how they manage a family. Because that's the hardest part, is how do you manage family, personal time,
Right.
for your spouses. Jen Davis, I will forever have a girl crush on her. She is more of a buyer's agent, and that's me as well. Like,
Right.
I just side more with that. And she just talked very heavy into, she said certain days a week where she doesn't work at all.
Mm.
And people respect that. They'll call and leave her voicemails or send her a text message and say, "Hey, I know today is your day off, but when you get to this, like, let me know." And they're not bothered by it at all. So if you set that expectation up front, when you're meeting your buyers or your sellers and
Mhm.
say, "Hey, like, after this time, my phone goes on do not disturb. I promise you, if your house is on fire, why are you calling me?
Right.
Call the fire department. I'll talk to you in the morning.
Right.
Send me a text message. Let me know your house is on fire, but like, I can't help you." So it's reminding yourself that like the emergencies aren't really emergencies.
Right.
Even when you have other agents like pushing you too, you kind of have to, like, I've had to set those boundaries
Right.
because I don't want my kids to keep saying that my phone is my favorite thing.
I guess that's the crazy thing too, is like as you can get caught up in the like comparison game
Yeah.
easy, it's also like you have to look at yourself for what you have on the wealth side of it, and like a healthy family is a wealthy family at the same time. And
Yeah.
like what more do you really want in life is for your kids to grow and thrive.
Yeah.
Like in that aspect, like even selfishly, like your legacy is going to pass down of whether you did a good job or not based off of those kids when they're older.
Exactly.
And that's going to get into grandkids of like if you just see you have these great grandkids one day. I know it's going to get emotional, but like that if you just have great grandkids one day, you're going to know that like your life meant something. It was purposeful.
Yeah.
And you passed it down. So like when it's your time to ride into the wind, like you're going to be okay with like I did everything that I could, and I taught everything that I could, and I learned everything that I could, and I poured it all out. It's like that dying on E concept
Yeah.
versus like still having stuff to do left on your plate, or you just pour it all out where you have it. So I think it's important, like a moment like now, to be intentional with our time, and a moment when you're at home or when you're with a client, like that's your time.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm personally like I try to get, even though it may look weird, but like if I have the do not disturb on, it's just because I'm locked in on something.
Exactly.
And I have your back 10 minutes from now or whenever I get off that thing.
Exactly.
Like, but at the same time, I'm also locked in on you.
Yeah.
On that time. So like if I'm moving, it's like laser
Yeah.
like this. It's not that way, because then you get this half-assed version of me that
Exactly.
is not really there or misses it too, because I'll get back to it and then
Right.
you never get back to it. And
I
then,
want to be 100% with you,
right.
but I also need to be 100% with my children
100%.
and 100% with my spouse
Mm,
or whatever is happening at that moment. If I walk into an appointment, my phone goes on work mode. I don't want my phone going off and my client being like, "Oh no, do you need to leave?" No, I don't. So I turn it off now. Sometimes I'll even take my watch off.
right.
Because like my husband can like push through the notifications because I have him as one of them. I
Uh-huh.
don't want to see it. You know where I'm at.
Right.
Like I will give you my attention when I'm done.
100%.
So
Yeah,
you have to.
we're weird. Like I didn't say we're weird, but like we have that in common where, like, unless the house is on fire, again, what you just said. Why are you
Yeah.
calling me?
Yeah,
Like,
I had a client call me one time because somebody was breaking into her back backyard.
Uh-huh.
And she's in the closet. It's like 2:30 in the morning. This was before I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And even though people still can technically call, but she calls me at like 2:30 in the morning. She's like, somebody's in my backyard. I'm like, did you call the
Yeah.
police? She's like, well, no. Can Alex come help me? No. Like,
Jeopardize my
call the
family?
police first of all,
Right.
and then we can figure this out. Like, I ended up staying up the rest of the night and like consoling her.
Right.
There are times where sure I will do that, but like, call the police, not me. I like, why? First of all, why are we gonna send Alex? Like, Alex isn't gonna go jeopardize his safety, but also like, yes, I'm so glad that you trusted me to that level, but call the police. Don't call me. Like, it's just, yeah. So after that, I started the Do Not Disturb method. It goes on every single night, and I do everything in the morning. And I typically don't work until after I drop the kids off at school, because I
Right.
started picking up this habit where like I would start making phone calls at 7:30 in the morning because I'm really productive in the car. I know
Right.
a lot of people are. I'm super productive in the car, and I will make a ton of phone calls. Well, I'm dropping all my kids off, and that's that time like you don't see them the
Your
rest of
last
the
at bat.
day.
And what if you don't see
Yes.
them again? Like, get deep.
Yes.
Like,
I know that too, like,
what if this is it?
Yes.
And so you gotta fucking just send them on their way.
and you're creating how their whole day is gonna go.
Right.
So like spending time with them in the morning. So like I don't pick my phone up, I don't answer it. Like in reality, it's okay if I don't respond to you until 9 a.m.
Right.
Plus you're getting 100% of my attention, like you said, instead of half-ass like, you know, oh, I'll get right back to this.
Right.
Plus I'm not even in front of my computer to respond to you half the time. Like
Right.
it just doesn't.
And then you get the generic response, like, I'll check. What I check means I'm gonna do it later anyways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
versus
I'll give you 100% later.
Right. 100%.
Yep. That's
later.
I'm having to like lean into that because managing 3 kids, even 1 kid, I mean, but I have 3 kids. It's a lot. And my husband runs his full-time plumbing business, and then I run a full-time business. Like, you have to separate everything, because if you don't, you will burn yourself out.
100%.
And there are times where the burnout is still going to happen no matter what. There are seasons.
Right.
But if you burn yourself out all the time, you can't give anybody 100%. Can't even
Right.
give yourself 100%.
Right. No, I
So.
agree. That's deep stuff. I think it's helpful. Like,
It's been hard.
100%.
It's hard. It's harder to redirect yourself because then
Right.
you feel bad. And like, I started going to the gym this last year. I've been going for like a year now.
That's exciting.
And having to tell my husband, like, I'm going to the gym, bye. And then he's like, wait, no, that's my 45 minutes to myself. And when I get back, like, I feel so selfish.
Right.
But you have to be selfish, because if you're not, then everybody else is going to take time away from you.
100%. Think about that. Like, that's where the resentment. Like, I don't want a resentful. Like, if you go that deep, like,
Yeah.
and you're sick of being resentful, you're gonna start resisting and pushing away.
Exactly.
And then if you start pushing away enough, that's when you're gonna hit the place of like you're gonna be taking and doing shit because you're not getting what you need. And
Yeah.
like from a health perspective too, like I also want the version that's gonna come back with endorphins and ready to take on the world.
Yeah.
And that comes from that elliptical sometimes, or just pushing away. Like the adversity of overcoming that stuff that is uncomfortable, you come back and you can do harder things at home. Like
That's why I can't work out at night.
yes.
Like, I can't work out at night because then I'm up all night. But you know what? If I need my house clean, I go work
Yes.
out and then like speed clean the
Yes.
house. But yeah, like I try to get a workout in super early in the morning if I can. But most of the time it's like mid-afternoon, and then I can like take on the whole world. It's completely changing to your mental health.
100%.
And like eating better too, like you just feel better. Like
Right, especially if you know the work that it takes to put in
Yeah.
to, then you want we have this, I don't know, we haven't crossed the bridge all the way, but like with like Presley, what we're trying to work on is like in the eating world, like how to A, model like I have to eat healthier
Yeah.
stuff, but then B, like using the words calories and things like that. Like it opens up a whole nother
Yeah.
can of worms, but at the same time, when you're in the gym and you know how long it takes to burn 300 calories,
Yeah.
but then you're at home and the bag's 260 of chips that you're about to eat, it's like,
Yeah.
man, is that worth my 40 minutes that I had to put in on that?
Yeah.
You start to kind of weigh it out a little bit and know how fast you can lose what you just did when you're
Mhm.
exchanging time, right? Because also the bag of chips took 5 minutes and
Yeah.
the cardio took 40.
And if
So
I could eat something that's going to keep me full longer,
right,
and I'm not saying like, oh, eat your kale salad.
right,
Like, I feel like diet culture is a lot healthier than it was 10 years
right,
ago. I know some people are like, oh, calorie deficit's like the worst thing you can do
right,
to your brain. But it's like, you can pretty much eat whatever you want on a calorie deficit.
right.
And it's just teaching not only ourselves, but like my children. I try not to use the word calorie either. My son listens more than the girls do right now because the
Mm-hmm.
girls are so young, and I'm realizing that it's just as important to speak that into my son
Mm-hmm.
because it's going to affect him the same. I always thought like, oh, girls are so affected by like how we talk to them about food, but boys are too.
Right,
And so I talk with him about protein. I do have like calorie goals, but I try to work more on that protein side
right.
because before you know it, if you meet your protein goals and eat clean enough, and you can have a snack in there in between or whatever, like
100%.
you're going to be full, you're going to feel really good, and like you're going to realize it's going to work either way. Like you don't have to just like slim down on 1,000 calories.
Yeah, that's actually a cool way to put it because it's like when a kid falls down, right? And
Yeah.
you're saying don't fall. Like, what are they hearing? Like
Yeah.
the fall part. And then all of a
Exactly.
sudden they're falling down. So if you only focus on like walk straight,
Yeah.
one foot in front of the other, like they're only locked in on one foot in front of the other and walk straight. So if you focus on the protein, there's no negative to it to
Exactly.
even think about. So
Yeah.
then you're knocking out the goal and that's it. You're not worried
My
about.
trainer did that. He pretty much was like, "Yeah, like you've got a calorie goal, but he's like, if you kind of stick to this much protein per meal and per snack,
Mm,
you're gonna be within your calorie goal." He's like, "But you're gonna have days where you're gonna want to eat what you want, and like that's okay." That's the other thing too is like he broke it down too, and I watched a couple videos on it. Like, it's actually not what you eat in a day.
mm,
Like your clock doesn't just start over at
right.
midnight, it's in the week. So like if one day you eat a little more and you go over your calories and you don't eat as much protein, but the next day you eat a bunch more protein, like kind of makes up for it. It's the
That,
overall.
that makes a lot of sense because sometimes you wake up, like you do stuff on a Monday, but you're like, come Thursday is when you feel a difference in it.
Yeah.
So it's not just a like,
Yeah.
I do good today, feel better tomorrow. It's like you might not even see it until down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole weird world of stuff, but it's so important, right? Because we want our kids to grow up and
Yeah.
do some like
Make
just
good choices.
make good choices.
Like, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, that's
It's such a
touchy, right?
broad.
It's
I know it's
such
like,
a touchy ass thing too because
but
like I also don't want to like look at my kid. This is why I'm stopping. Like I'm pausing while I'm saying it because it's weird and touchy. That like I don't want to be judgmental towards my kids on knowing that like every time I see them, I should be telling them what to do different.
yeah.
Like I want to be with them and enjoy them, and not always be like, Dad, you're always trying to tell me what to do. But like really in my mind, I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
But really, like if we just get the habits down now,
Mhm.
then I don't even have to cross that bridge later. Like
Yeah.
we don't have to be weird later. And
Exactly.
so I think it's important because we're in it now. Like it's not a we'll fix it later thing. It's like we have the freaking football right now. Like the ball's
Yeah.
in our hands right now, and we got to get down there.
I know, and that's the thing is at first you're like, oh, like I can just let them do that a couple of times or whatever. And then you realize like it gets out of hand really
Yeah.
fast. And then you're like, oh crap, now we're having to work 10 times harder. My kid's giving me pushback
Uh huh.
because we're trying to set those boundaries. Like boundaries are so important even with kids. And yeah, it's
That's weird.
I'm in the thick of it on the other side. I know your kids are a little older. Like Jameson's 7, but the other two, they're 3 and 1.5. So it's like I'm still in the toddler phase of like they're gonna ask if they can ride on the roof of the car kind of
Right.
thing. Like it's like
Right.
no, like why are you even asking me this right now? You know? And then Jameson's like, you're always telling us no, and I'm like, actually, for safety purposes, you have no choice.
Right.
But it's kind of like redirect. Like I'm having to learn to redirect instead of just saying no.
Right.
So the other thing too is like telling your kid no just sets like a whole trigger off, and then it sets that fight or flight mode in their brain,
Right.
and you're like, let's find something else to do. So you kind of have to like. I've had to work really hard on that too because I just
Right.
want to say no, especially when you're exhausted from work and working out and taking care of everybody, and they're asking you 50 questions at 6 o'clock at night, and you're like, you have to just like take a deep breath and be like, you know what? Let's go take care of this.
It's a lot. Like you learn to really appreciate a woman. Like I watch my wife like really some days she's just like on it, go, go, go. And
Yeah.
other days I can see her like breaking down and I know I got to like jump in here.
Yeah.
And, but like watching her on a day to day, like you go to see, like now that we're talking and you're talking about the stuff, like you grow to be empathetic towards a person. Like, oh, like it's probably tough right
Yeah.
now. So then why does everything have to be so hard? Like, I'm just another person like
Yeah.
in your life trying to make life hard, or be here, be connected, and like, what do we both need to do
Well,
to
yeah,
get
it's a
A to
fine
B?
line because you're like, oh, she's got it,
Right,
and I'm not talking crap. Like, I do it too. Like sometimes I watch my husband, I'm like, oh, you got it. It's not a big deal.
right,
Well, no, you don't know what's going on the inside, and
right,
like you have to like check yourself and be like, you know what? Like I'm just gonna take over now, or not even take over. Like I'm just gonna do this together, and it is doing it together. Like if one part of the piece falls apart, you can do that every once in a while, but like you got to come back, and it's not always 50-50. It's never going to be 50-50, but even if it's 10 or 15% and the other person is giving the rest, like you've got to, somebody's got to pick up those pieces because there's days from a women's perspective. As a mom, there's going to be days where I'm like, hell yeah,
yeah,
I got this. You guys were at school on time. Everybody had their lunches made.
right,
This is so awesome. And then there's days where I wake up late. The kids wake up late. I didn't make lunches the day before. Everybody looks like crap going out the door. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to be a day, you know? And then like you have back-to-back appointments, or you get the call from the lender that
right,
something went wrong or
right,
whatever. And it's
right,
like, holy crap. Like you have to recognize that in your spouse and be like, I just got to step in, or I got to, because the kids feed off of that. And I feel like the days that those happen, they come home and they're in the worst moods.
right.
And everybody's in the worst moods. So as we say, hey, honey, I'm going to order takeout. I got you.
That's exciting too. That's
Yeah.
exciting too. Yeah, there's been times where like it's crossed my mind of like,
Yeah.
because the way that she works, like she clocks in basically. Like she's got a start and end date, like time
Yeah.
that she goes to work, and for me, like where my mind's going, like all the time thinking about like what's gonna help push us forward, what's gonna help push us forward. Where when the struggle gets real, of like, man, maybe I should have just became a police officer or something like that. But then
Yeah.
like I think every job there's gonna be some kind of stuff to it. Like there's
Yeah.
no really like grass is always greener. So like now if I jump on the phone and they know that it's urgent, then everybody's cool with it, whether it's in the car or not. Or there's times where like I could do the text thing and I got you in 10 minutes kind of deal, and
Yeah.
everybody's okay with that too. So finding the balance it's been tough on when I'm going to jump in and like do more, because there's days where we're so habit based that
Yeah.
like what I'm focused on right now is, can I beat her to getting the things done before she asks me?
That's
That
a good mindset.
is what I'm working on
That
right
is
now.
a very
Is
good
like
mindset.
because they don't change. It's
No.
the same stuff that needs to get done.
Are you guys heavy like on schedules? Like, do your children thrive on schedules?
Kind of like
Yeah.
we do like bath, and there's exceptions, right? Like that the day
Yeah.
we took pictures on Sunday threw off a Sunday evening
Yeah.
routine. But at the same time, I think we set the tone. Like the dinner goes, the baths go, and then
Yeah.
the reading goes. But like also that's probably been the healthiest thing I've ever experienced in my life, is like
Routine.
routine that I've never had growing up. So
Yeah.
now having that in my life has set the tone for me on when to start turning off my brain.
Yeah.
Other than staying up all night to do things to get it out there that like sometimes means nothing. And then everyone pays the price because I'm tired. Like when I'm tired in the morning, that's why I wake up early and go
Yeah.
to the gym, so I can fix all my mindset and be ready. Because if I don't, then I'm groggy and cranky, and
Yeah.
like it's I don't know. It's shameful almost that like how childish it is, but at the same time, like I get it, I see it, so I go change it. I just get up and get after it, so that way I'm not the problem. I try to like just be in there as much as I can to support what's going on, and watching the routine has done it for me. Like that is
Yeah.
showed me like this is what family is about, or like even like having a healthy routine is about. And
Yeah.
like that's probably one of the most things that I cherish with our setup is the routine.
Do you realize like what you're creating in your children's minds by creating routines now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, like you've never had that and
Right.
you don't realize like how beautiful that is. But
Right.
it's creating healthy routines, it's creating healthy habits. It doesn't mean we're picture perfect.
Right.
Like that's not what that is. It's hey, Sunday our routine was completely thrown off, but I not only managed it well, my wife managed it well, and my children were able to still peacefully go to sleep because once the routine is thrown off, that's the other thing is when you have a consistent routine and then it's thrown off, all the kids are like, holy
What the
shit,
hell?
what are we
Yeah.
doing? And you're like, hold on, calm down.
Right.
So if you can show them that like you can work through it, because obviously family pictures is positive,
Right.
but there's going to be negative things. They're going
Right.
to throw that routine off. And we are breaking generational curses
Mm.
by showing patience, you know, in those things when our routines are thrown off or like those nights like when our kids won't go to bed or whatever. Like that's really important. And it's going to create better routines for them in the future, especially like when you don't have that consistency or you never had that consistency, like it's 10 times harder. I didn't have that consistency. Don't get me wrong, my parents were supportive. They were
Right.
great, but like I've had to figure out how
Right.
to have this hardworking mindset
Right.
because running a business, we're essentially waking up unemployed every day.
Right.
Having to literally tell yourself like you've got to do this, this, and this. You don't have somebody telling it for you.
Right.
It's insane.
Right.
It's your brain is like this is weird, you know. So it's wild, but you're doing good things for your children by doing that.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you for acknowledging that. And what you said was just fire. So
I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
trying.
it.
But that's true. Like I've had to open up this like capsule this last
Uh-huh.
year because it got so crazy. And then I got so busy last year, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But when you're so busy and you can't juggle everything, I had to go, holy shit. How do I like compartmentalize these things but also like create better routines? Because on top of that, like Alex is so busy. I
He's-
just pretend he's not there.
He's building.
Yes.
He's building right now.
Not to talk crap, like I love
Right.
you. But he's not there.
Right.
Like I'm essentially like a single mom,
Right.
even though I'm not, but I'm a single mom taking care of 3 children.
Uh-huh.
And there are times where he can step in and help but when he can't, like it's me. I'm
Yeah.
running the ship.
Right.
He's running that ship. Go him. I don't know how the hell he does it
Right.
because he works 7 days a week sometimes.
Right.
Like and then I'm working 7 days a week. So and it's just like it's so funny too, like you need to find like help in those areas too
Right.
so then you can give in other places. Like I hired somebody to pick up my dog poop.
Nice.
It's the little things.
Right.
We've started having somebody come and clean our house once a month. And I know that sounds so like, oh my gosh, but it's like I can make more money or my husband can make more money or I can have time for my children.
Right.
That's most important is time.
Right.
We only have so much time with our kids.
100%.
So it's like if you can take a little bit off your plate, more is going to flow into that.
100%. 100%. Because if your shutters are on, focus on this, then you won't even be open to when the more comes. So
Yeah.
the more might be coming all the time on the weekends. But if you're missing the boat because you're locked in on
Yeah.
the current routine that you have,
Yeah.
then how are you
And
ever?
it could get overwhelming.
100%.
Like, especially when you're super busy and it's like, I'm not going to take my gym away. I'm not going to take away my time with my kids at night.
Right.
So what's going to give?
Right.
Something has to give. So it's like those little things. Like my husband makes fun of me. He's like, you literally hired somebody to pick up the dog poop. I'm like, you know what? Took a lot of time out of my day.
Can I tell you something weird? We have this dynamic at home where my wife will pick up dog poop in the backyard and I sweep and mop on Sundays, like
Oh.
toilet cleaning and
Yeah.
everything with loud music playing. Like we have this like
That's what Alex likes to do.
social
Yeah.
reverse rolled on the
Alex
inside
loves
outside
doing the
stuff.
floors too. I don't know what it is. He's always like, can I mop the floors?
Yeah.
Don't have
There's
to
just-
ask me twice. Like, thank you. So,
There's something about it, especially the mopping part, because you know that's the final touch. So like,
Yep.
when you get done with that, you feel like you completed. Like 'cause
Yeah.
you then can chill after that. But if you're just starting, that's the part that sucks. Is like because you know you have 15 other things to get done too.
I know. But that's part of the routine that
Right.
I've had to like beat into my kids' brains almost. Like,
Right.
put your toys away when you're done.
This is why.
Pick up your plate from the
Right.
table when you're done. And now I'm like, Jameson, you're old enough. Help me load the dishwasher. Hey, can you go like wipe the table off after we're done eating? Like, it's those little things. Like, the kids are like, oh my God, you keep asking me to do stuff. Sorry. Like, I'm only one person. Yeah, I mean, right now, Alex and I don't really have like a set cleaning day. We
Right,
just
right,
try to do it when we can, especially
right.
because our
It's
like
when you need to
routine
as you
flexes so
go.
much. Yeah, but by not only kind of having the kids help, and sometimes I try to make it more fun, even though
Right,
my daughter's like, I can see right through your shit, mom. Like you're
right,
making me clean right now.
right.
But I've also had to declutter. Like not only have I had to
Mm.
declutter my brain, I had to declutter my house
Mm-hmm.
because it was becoming unmanageable.
That's too much shit to clean.
Yeah, yeah,
Then yeah, that's also like my wife does that a lot.
yeah.
Like I know that if I leave stuff behind, there's a good chance I might not see it again.
I know
But
Alex be like, "Hey, do you know where the screw was? That was on the table." And I'm like, "I don't know. I left it there for 3 weeks and you didn't touch it, and now it's gone. Sorry, I
a
don't know
hundred
what to
percent,
tell
it's
you."
so weird like that when you need it too.
Yeah,
You know when you've seen it last, but
but it's like label it or something. I don't know. But yeah, I've had to like heavily declutter,
mm-hmm.
especially having 3 kids. Everyone's gonna have a bunch of crap. Like
Right,
I'm not gonna keep bringing stuff into my house to not only clutter our space, but it makes it
right,
unmanageable. So you have to not only be able to manage your house. Don't get me wrong. There's times where my house is chaos,
right.
and there's times where it's perfectly managed. But
This is actually my cluttered space. This is like my wife hates it in here.
yeah,
Like she just thinks I'm gross because I put things on the wall. Like I have this big bullshit sign. Like just
yeah,
stuff that I like. It brings
yeah.
me joy of like
But
this
this
was
is your space.
my space. It reminds me not to glorify. Like if I'm scared to do something, like that reminds me not to glorify the bullshit of
Yeah,
who cares if they get mad or who cares. You just got to do it. Make
yeah,
the call or do whatever the hell you got to do to get it done. And like so everything it has a purpose to me, but to her, like if I would leave it at home, it'd be long gone, wherever that would be. So, um,
yeah. I'm guilty.
100%. But that is that's why you know what I like too, and I think this is where you have life as the same as like two different careers. Like sometimes like it would be easier. Like there's been times I try to get Lexi into real estate or something. Like I would just use her picture for everything,
Yeah,
and then
right?
I'll bring it in.
Yep.
Like you don't even have to work. Like I'll just send
Yeah.
all the emails for you. But we have we don't talk about like deep work stuff. Like it's
Yeah.
just the surface level. If I have this thing going on, she knows about it, kind of deal. But other than that, like we can be family at home and not
Yeah.
always the business or always that,
Yeah.
which is hard. Like it was hard, especially when I was like trying to get a license and do all that stuff. I was consumed, but now I don't have to be. I can just
Yeah.
do my shit, go home, and be with them.
But also gets easier as you do it. Like as a new agent, I remember being like, "Oh my god, like everything felt like the world was falling apart." And it felt like it was. Like any little mishap that happened, like but obviously my spouse didn't understand. So yes, I would like kind of say whatever, but at the same time, like I had to go find help or whatever. But now that you kind of like go through the motions, obviously there's still things that put halts
Mm,
in the process. But once you kind of start doing the damn thing, it gets a little bit easier. Not every client is easy, not every transaction is easy, but it gets a little easier that you can shut it off when you walk in the door.
right.
It the only thing that's different and more difficult for Alex and I is like his never stops. I mean, his phone never stops. So, but I don't know. Yes, I do ask him as a wife, but then he starts getting into the nitty-gritty details and I'm like, "Ooh, I don't want to know about thank you, no thank you." But what's great about having him is he does a lot of work for realtors in Tucson, sewer scopes, all that fun stuff. And so
Right.
sometimes he'll be like, "Hey, they just told me they got to meet a deadline by X, Y, and Z. Like, what does this mean?" So it does help at times. But right now, we're not in the shut off phase. And I hope at some point we can. But
Right.
he's hitting his 1 year mark on
Right.
opening his business in
Right.
February. So it's like, I'm reminding myself too, like it took me a couple years to
Right.
get to that point. It's going to take him a couple years, but he's also growing a whole damn company.
Right.
Like, not just, so
I
that's
think
going to be,
what's important with that too is you can do anything for a short period of time, right? Like the kids
yeah,
are young enough to where you can go through it all now
yeah.
and then hang out together more
Well, yeah,
when you work yourself. I think the goal is to work yourself out of a position, right? You just keep
yeah,
leveling yourself up to buy more time,
yeah,
and then somebody else fills that role because then he won't be the laborer so
right.
much.
I know right now, like, we don't have somebody answering the phones. He's doing all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's hard is like, I can't tell him, like, me, like, oh, there's not really an emergency. But to
Right.
him, it's like, somebody's house could literally be flooding. Like,
Right.
that's an emergency. So he can't turn his phone off. Sometimes he will. And then he feels really bad. The guilt creeps in,
Hmm.
especially because he's mostly word of mouth.
Right.
So most of those people are like really counting on him.
Right.
So I just keep reminding him, like, just go work. Just go do what you have to do, because the sooner you build this up, the faster you build this up,
Right.
the sooner that you can kind of step out from work, like working in the field, and
Uh-huh.
become that kind of office person, so to
Uh-huh.
speak, have more time for the family.
Right.
And I mean, that's kind of what you do when you grow a business like that. Like,
Right.
you're not going to do that forever. Don't get me wrong, he's a control freak. I think he's always going to be out in the field. But at some point, we'll have somebody come in that'll do that dispatch, and we'll answer those
Right.
after hours calls, and, all the BS that comes in between it. But right now, it's all him.
You know what I like too? It's healthy for a man to be pushing like that, like building
Yeah.
something for themselves. Because if you're not, then you get a resentful man, or a
Yeah.
person that like knows that they're worth more or they should be doing more, but they're not. They're under somebody. And
Yeah.
it doesn't feel good as a man. Like it does when you go hunt and kill for yourself and you bring
Exactly.
home the bacon, like
Yeah.
you feel like the man. That's the difference from like needing to be called the man or the husband and like
Being the man.
Right, 100%.
Being the husband, being the man, being the dad, being the business owner. Like,
Right.
I also think it's crazy. Like, you're 27 years old running a full blown business.
100%.
By the time our kids are out of college, like, or out of high school, I mean,
Right.
they're going to be like, your business is going to be like self sustaining.
Right.
Probably by the time you're 30, it's going
Right.
to be enough that like the kids are going to be old enough. Like, right now, yes, they're babies, but like, I feel like that teenage year is going to be like really
Right.
important. And if he gets it done now, like, it's where it's at. But yeah, he says it all the time. I heard him saying it yesterday. He's like, I worked for guys, I worked for people for years, and I didn't get any return.
That's the thing too, is like if you're working for somebody, you're always looking for somebody. You get somebody to blame when it doesn't succeed, but at the same
Yeah.
time, like no one's gonna save you, because when you're waiting on the business or whatever it is, like you're you're not really responsible,
Yeah.
and so there's that side of it. But when you believe yourself to be like the person that can make the difference, and then
Yeah.
you get to go out there and go after it, even when you struggle in it, like, but it's you, and when you win, you win. When you lose, and it's okay. Like there's something that feels good about being the person versus
Yeah.
waiting on somebody else. And
Well, I think that's helping us too, the experiences that he
Right.
experienced, because he's like, I don't want to be that employer.
Right.
I don't want to be that guy. Like, I want to create wonderful things for my employees, and I want to have a positive atmosphere. Like, what plumbing company especially really can say, like, I'm creating positive atmosphere?
Right.
Like, my employer's badass.
Right.
Like, my husband worked for the big companies, the small, family owned companies, and even those family owned ones had been, it was rough.
Right.
It was rough, and they expect so much for so little.
Right.
So I think that's exciting to see. Like, he's already implementing certain things that I'm like, you're gonna make waves by doing that.
100%.
And you're not only gonna change your life, you're gonna change everyone that works for you's lives.
Right.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's exciting. In the thick of it.
I know.
That's fun.
It's crazy right now.
That's fun. That's good. Tell me. Here's a fun one.
Oh no.
Tell me something about me as a loan officer.
You?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. There's so many. You are so responsive.
Okay.
Like you said, even if it's on do not disturb, 10 minutes later, I'm going to get full blown responsive. And you go above and beyond. Like, I feel like every deal we've had has been the most, like, I feel so bad every time I'm like, Stefan, here you go. And then it's just like this insane roller coaster. But like, you make it so easy. And what's great, like you said, like you were talking at the beginning, like I can call you and be like, shit, this is what we've got. And you're like, why are you stressing? We got this.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you can call me and be like, okay, we got problems. I'm like, dude, what are you worried about? Like, it's fine. Like,
I appreciate that.
but to not only have that
Yeah.
relationship with each other, because
Yeah.
like not everybody can say that, and to also be open and honest. Like, you
Right.
can call me and say, okay, Fernandez,
We got some
file just
shit.
came
Yeah.
back. Like, we got to take care of this. And to know that I can handle that and take care of it. And I got told that, I don't want to talk about myself, but I'm going to talk about myself because that really, really, really bad one we had this year, the agent at the end of it was like, if any other agent was on the other side of this, the deal wouldn't have finished.
Which one? The New
Melanie's.
Jersey lady?
Melanie.
She's from New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was just a rough
I
one.
love Melanie.
Yeah.
I love checking in on her. Like,
Yep.
but yeah, the agent, she just was like, you went above and beyond. Like, my dad and I literally went in at 9 o'clock at night and fixed the freaking fireplace. Like,
100%.
yeah.
Looking on the roof, like trying to
Yeah.
make the thing work. Like,
Yeah.
what's gonna be the solution
so it's
here?
like, you know, and I know I'm gonna get the same from you. Like, you ended up switching her loan program and saving
Right.
her how much freaking money?
Just
Like,
$400 or $500 at least,
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah. So it's like, not everybody's gonna do that,
Yep.
and I haven't experienced that.
Right. Well, thank you for that. That is
Well,
good.
thank you.
Well, Ashley,
Mm.
the trust that you have pouring into me has like
Aw.
it has shaped me, I will say. Like you able to communicate
Yeah.
in a way that I can receive it has been helpful. Like you almost know, like you can hear me or you know like what kind of conversation we're having.
Yeah.
And you can start molding already, like how we're gonna get back to a winning place. Because
Yeah.
again, I don't call like shit unless there's real shit on my plate. And
Exactly.
in those moments, you're like the mothering voice of like
Aw.
we are gonna take care of this. This is how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And we got it. And it goes back and forth. Like to have that in a person. Like not only that, like I've never ever like whether it's Saltric family or like they are appreciative on how much you pour into like the beginning, middle, and the end of the process. Like you're thorough and you explain everything and you calm people down. Like like just like calming me down. I was just talking about, but like
Yeah.
you'll tell them like, oh, you don't even need to do that, or don't worry about that, and then you'll call me and we'll talk through it. Like
Yeah.
they thought that they had to do this, like,
Yeah.
and you pull the trigger, and it diffuses everything.
But I
right
think
away.
that also proves like having a relationship, and you have to build those relationships,
Right.
but having the relationship with the lender
Right.
is so important.
Right.
And building relationship with title too. Like
Mhm.
you want to start like growing with everybody, because being able to call and say, okay, this is what they're bringing up,
Right.
and divulging that is
Right.
so important, and that's valuable for not only the clients but for each other, because not everything's always going to go perfectly, and you want to know like at the end of the game like it's going to be worth it. But to also like hear from the Saltricks, they've purchased multiple properties
Right.
over the years,
Right.
and to be like, oh yeah, that was a piece of cake with
Right.
Ashley, like definitely brings a little tear to my eye.
100%.
So
100%.
because I mostly do first time home buyers, so
Right.
they're just like, oh yeah, Ashley was really great, and I know I'm good at it.
Right.
Like that's my bread and butter is first time home buyers. Like I want to hold their hand and walk them through it, because I was that first time home buyer.
Right.
But to have seasoned sellers that came from out of state and then do 3 transactions with you in 3 years,
Right.
like that's, and to go back to you, like that said something too. Like they instantly were like, gotta call Stefan, and I was like, good, like
Yeah, it's
worth it.
exciting. Yeah, it's exciting. The growth in it. I like
Right.
the whole thing, the ping and the pong, the like going back and forth
Yeah.
of the energy at like for me, it makes life easy when you can look the other person in the eye and be like okay with them. Like you don't feel like it's a chore. Like you can just
Yeah.
like what do you have going on? What else do you have going on? What else
Yeah.
do you have going on? And then
I know
like,
we always end up like talking like personal life, like in
Right.
the midst of that,
100%.
because we care.
Right. I think that that's important, and it comes through. And you know, like enough of me that who knows? Maybe I present mean that day, or
I
something.
can hear it in your
And
voice.
exactly. So you
I could tell by the hey Fernandez or Fernandez, what do you need?
Right.
I'm like, oh, just kidding. I've only gotten that maybe once, but I knew it was, you know what? Hey, call me back when you're ready. Okay, cool. Sounds good. And then a little bit later, like you just,
we go through it.
yeah, or I'll answer the phone. I'm like, Stefan.
100%.
And then I get it over with, and then you're like, all right, let's do this. Like,
And it's
Yeah.
done. And it's done. They literally get from A to B.
Yeah.
Like that's the best part.
yeah,
I've grown to appreciate the rocky ones. Like
right.
I think it's truly makes you feel like you're helping people.
Yeah.
In this industry, this world, this like some people that wouldn't even bought a house. Like even Melanie in itself, she took 2 years.
Yeah.
Like whipping and all the phone calls and
Yeah.
just getting the things done. And
Getting to see them all cry when I handed them the keys, like
gosh,
that had me for sure.
hooked.
And to have her like connected with the family too, like, so if I don't check in with her, for whatever, my dad's like, oh, hey, Melanie's doing this, this, and this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
Right.
Like, if one of us is always like keeping in tabs with her, and like it's the relationships. I know that's so cheesy. It's the relationships, but it is. Like,
Right.
that keeps you from getting commission breath too. It's a
100%.
whole other, we could
100%.
divulge on that all day.
If you had to tell your younger self something, what would it be?
Oh gosh.
Something that's going to guide you now in your life. Because there is probably somebody out there who is a younger version of you. Maybe your daughters, who knows?
Right. Listen to your gut for one. Like, I always ignored my gut instincts, and I got myself in the worst possible scenarios. Like, I'm learning I have a really good intuition, and
That's
I need to follow that.
Trust that, yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like that's been the most important part. And looking back, I'm really glad I said yes to Alex, too. He's pretty great.
That's exciting.
So that was high school sweethearts. Got
Trust
married
on
at
the
18.
gut right there.
Like,
Yeah, that's good
yes,
evidence.
I
Yeah.
know. And I was like, and we hadn't been together like years. Like, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it was all the way through high school. No, like, it was our senior year. And then it was like, yeah, you're pretty great. He's pretty great. So
That's exciting.
and it doesn't have to do with men. It just has to do with following any gut instinct. You know?
That's powerful. That's powerful. What about something that you might need down the road? Just a nugget to go back to.
This is just a season of life. It's not going to last forever. And you're going to look back and laugh. The fact that you panicked over this.
That's good. That's powerful. That's powerful.
I have to tell myself that almost every day. I think the teenage years are going to be scarier than the toddler years.
Right.
I'm scared.
Right. Well, you're prepping now and you're doing all the right work.
I'm trying.
I see you. Like, I hear it. I get to talk to you. Like, this is, you're in it, getting it. Like, I think you're on it. And you're never alone. Like, you have a tribe.
Yeah.
Everybody's in this together.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm real. Like, I'm not just saying that. Like, I feel like I'm pretty honest.
Yeah.
Like, even on, like, my social media.
Yeah.
Like, I talked about the ups and the downs and everything's in betweens and, like, being a parent and a wife and everything. Like, and you are too. Like, I think it's impacting more than we realize because there's that one person that's watching, whether it's somebody that we know or we don't know, and they're like, holy crap, like they're going through it, but they're also like thriving at the same time. You can thrive and be going through the shittiest season of your life.
I think that is the like biggest takeaway of like you thrive and go through the shit at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's okay.
I usually experience the most highs of my life when it's like the shittiest.
Right.
And I'm having to look back and be like, damn, like I'm at a moment right now where I prayed for these things and now I have these things and you gotta enjoy it.
Right.
Because like it doesn't last.
That is powerful. You got my chest nice and tight. Ladies and gentlemen, Fernandez, now you know what I'm dealing with when I'm working with her. She is she's getting it, man. She is a friend of mine that I like to call friend, that I get to call friend because she's obviously real. And just like she said, she believes that she's real. I'll tell you, I know she's real. Otherwise, she wouldn't be in the same room as me. Nope. We wouldn't connect that way. So thank you for being here. If people wanted to reach out to you for anything, how can they contact you the best?
I mean, I obviously have an
Instagrammer.
Ashley F. the Realtor. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my place. If you find me on Facebook, it's all about my kids.
100%.
So it's not.
Very,
if you want to know all about my kids, you can find me on Facebook.
Right.
If you want to know about like my business, I talk a little bit about the kids on Instagram too. But yeah, it depends on what you want. What side of me you want.
There you go.
All of it.
There you go. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Stefan.